hopefully be able to bribe them again and get them into the new paddock. Good morning, beautiful people. It is a fine, clear, blue sky day. Beautiful weather. We had a bunch of rain this past weekend, all the way into Monday, and yesterday we were cooped up pretty much all day. Didn't get as much rain as was forecasted, but we did get some last night, so everything's pretty wet and muddy. Before I get on to my project I've been working on, which is the addition we're building on this mobile home, I actually have some farm-related stuff that needs to get done this week, actually today. So I'm gonna go do that. It is moving the piggy day. Got my bucket of bribery. So, on the subject of moving these pigs, I should have put Mo, our boar, back with the ladies about 2 months ago. But 2 months ago, that was like, December, January, right around there, we were busy. We were doing pig butchering classes, and I was just busy doing everything else, and I forgot about it. Plus, it's easy when the animals are separate, they're not escaping, all that stuff. Basically what's going on, those of you who've been here with us for a while know the drill. The pigs have worn out their ground. Mind you, it's still winter, it's very much winter. We don't have anything green growing right now, so we're just gonna move them onto a spot that's not so muddy. What moving entails is tear down the fence, move the house, get everybody moved, set the fence back up, all that, move the water, all that kind of good stuff. There's actually a spot up here that I'm thinking of that the weeds got pretty big. I'm gonna walk up here and make sure I haven't planted any trees up here that I would be worried about them eating. Okay, so right up here, there is some green grass growing, which I think those lady pigs would love. It's about the only thing green up here. I think I'm gonna have them, we'll just kind of get the fence over here and let them clean all this out. Now, I do have a tree up here. There it is, I see it. Let me walk up there. Okay, as long as the fence comes shy of this is a little chestnut tree. I believe that's the only one right up here in this little area, and so I'll just keep the fence on that side of it so they don't dig that up, because they will absolutely dig that up and eat it. But they'll knock down all this brush, get it all cleaned up for us. It's really the best system is using the pigs to clear stuff. They're like, you're out here, you already fed us. Something's going on. All right, so the plan is I'm gonna put Mo in their pen, let him, be reunited with them after a long break, just in time for Valentine's Day. Once he's in there with them, I'm then going to take his fence down. I'll move his house, his water, move that all up the hill. His house is a lot smaller than theirs. It'll move a lot easier. And all three of them can fit in there. And then I'll just tear down this fence and put them in that new paddock. Then I'm basically leapfrogging our paddocks. So we're gonna get him moved over. I brought a bucket of bribery just in case we need it. And hopefully this will go smooth. Sometimes moves go smooth, sometimes they do not. Usually it's better to feed them when they're hungry because they will absolutely chase a bucket, but I have a feeling they will probably chase a bucket regardless. Okay, this fence is off. Guess what we'll do. You wanna disconnect that fence for me when I get over here? Come on, Mo. Come on, Mo. Come on, Mo. Come on. Come on, buddy. That? Calm down. Just give me a second.
He's like a cow.
Come on, Mo. So I think size comparison, you can actually see how big Mo has gotten. Like, he's huge. He's not that big in the grand scheme of things, like, compared to a full-size breed, but he is pretty big. Huh, Mo? Man, you got a nice coat, buddy. Now we're gonna rip down that net and then bring that house straight through here, all the way up the hill, and then we'll move the net, hopefully be able to bribe them again and get them into the new paddock. Yeah, you can pick up all the intermediate posts. It's kind of nice. All we have to do is move one water. Straight up through here to the hilltop without breaking the neck. Right there. Let's go ahead and get this second net up, and I think a couple of us will go down here and start bringing Mo's house up here. This house is so much lighter than that other house.
Well, you made it out of way lighter material.
Well, I wasn't expecting to move their house as much as I did. Every time I move that house, it's so heavy. Every time I do, I end up hurting myself in some way. And so when I built this one, I made it a little bit lighter. It's not much lighter, but it is a little bit lighter, and it's smaller. So part of the problem with that one is it's like
so big.
8 feet. It's like got an 8-foot roof on it.
It's a pig mansion.
Yeah, it is. This one is considerably smaller and way easier to move. I made the skids better too. Okay, fence is off. Brett, hit that corner. Hold on, let me get in here. Is it off, Mark? Yes, it's off. Come on, pig. Come on, pig. Come on, pig. Bulldozer. Especially Mo. Mo is a bulldozer. Yeah. Watch out, Mo. Trying to get you more. Okay. Stay for now. This is actually my favorite part of moving the animals, is watching them just go explore and find good stuff to eat. Happy Mo. Because the kudzu in like a month is gonna wake up, I think I might leave that paddock there for now. All we have to do is wind it up, move everything up the hill. The next move we will do, I don't think I'm moving to where our upper orchard is. I think I'm actually gonna move 2 right up on the property line because there's so much kudzu that has come over and started taking over up there. I just have to wait for this water to fill up, and then we're done.
A giant compactor, dig it out, and pack it super hard.
Alrighty, while the men folk are outside doing their thing, building us a house, or an extension on the house, I am going to get started on dinner. It's a little bit early, but this is going to take me a minute. Tonight we are having beef and noodles, and mostly because I made an incredible pot roast the other night. It was so good. I just took a sirloin roast, I put it in my Dutch oven. I didn't even sear it first. I was like, I just need to get this in, but I put it in the Dutch oven, sprinkled salt, pepper, and garlic powder on it, and then I put the onion marmalade, the balsamic vinegar onion marmalade that we made earlier this year when we were preserving all of our onions. I smothered that on top, put a little beef broth in there to, you know, wet it up a little bit, and let it cook, slow cook for like 3 hours, and it was so incredibly good. And we have quite a bit left. So I also have duck eggs from our friends at Calico Cow Acres. She gifted me some the other day, so I need to use those. And she was like, will you put these to good use? I've already made all the pasta I can make. I was like, yes, actually I need to make pasta. So we're gonna do that today. Homemade pasta is super, super, super easy, and it's even easier when you do it like in a mixer. You can do it on a counter and, you know, make the little volcano and put the eggs in it and mix it all by hand. And I've done that before, and it's totally doable. I just prefer to do it in a mixer because it turns out smoother for me, and it takes a little bit less time. It's about 2 eggs to every 3 cups of flour, give or take a little bit depending on like what the size of your eggs and, you know, how like wet they are. Duck eggs tend to be a little bit more moist, so it might take a little bit more flour, but that's generally the ratio. Then a little bit of salt, and you can put some olive oil or something in there if you want. I usually don't. So I'm gonna try to do a fairly big batch today so we have enough for dinner, and then also so that I will have some leftovers that we can eat later. So I'm gonna get my dough mixed up and then I will grab my pasta maker and we'll just get that going. All right, so this is my Bosch mixer. Quite a few have asked me about this later. Almost every video it pops up in, it is, I get questions about it. So it is a Bosch mixer. It's basically just like a large scale KitchenAid, sort of, but it's a little beefier, holds quite a bit more. I can do about 6 loaves of bread worth in this at one time, whereas in my KitchenAid I can only do 2. So for a large family, for bulk baking, this works great. I love it. It has been a workhorse. I use it multiple times a week, like you guys see, and it has held up. I really, really like it. It goes in and out of stock on Amazon, so I'll put a link below. Hopefully it's in stock. If not, just wait a couple weeks and see what happens. All right, so that was 12 cups of flour. So that should take about 2, 4, 6, 8 eggs. Had to math there for a second. Pop some salt in here real quick. I'm not gonna measure this. I'm just gonna kind of eyeball it. Whatever looks good. Yeah, it looks about right. 1, 8. Alrighty. Alright. Pop a lid on. We're gonna mix this up and see where we're at. See if we need to add more eggs or maybe just a little bit of water or if we need more flour. Alright, that is definitely gonna need more eggs, which is great because I have a lot of eggs to use. Alright, I'm gonna pop a little bit of water in here. It's starting to come together, but to get that doughy consistency, a little bit of water. Alright, you can see it's still a little crumbly, but I can feel like the moisture in it's pretty good. So I'm gonna let this knead for a little bit longer, see if I need a little bit more water, but I think we're just about there. Alrighty, I'm gonna finish this up by hand, just get the last little bit of kneading done. Smooth it out a little bit. And it's a little sticky just because it has water on the outsides. Y'all want a good arm workout? Need some pasta for a while. Alrighty. Not as smooth as it could be, but my arms are done. So we're gonna let this sit and relax for a little bit because the gluten's all tight and angry. And then after it relaxes for probably about half an hour or so, we'll get to rolling with the pasta maker. Alrighty, for the beef and noodles tonight, I'm just gonna do like really wide fat noodles. I think that'll go well with the chunks of beef that I have. So we'll start out with that, and then when I feel like we have enough for dinner, I'll just probably make like a fettuccine or something like that. I have the dies on the backside here. It'll do like a spaghetti thickness and a fettuccine thickness. So we will see what we come up with. Get these over here. To cover them up so they don't dry out too much. I just kind of like square it up a little bit before I put it through. I always start with the biggest setting and then work my way down. And then I fold it in about thirds. And I run it through again on that same setting. And this is just kind of like still kneading it a little bit and working out any extra lumps and bumps. And it's helping to square it up. You can see it's kind of making a nicer shape now. So I'm going to do that again. Thirds. Just kind of like you're folding a business letter. And put it through again. And I'm just gonna work my way up to like 7. I usually go to like 7. Okay, I'm just gonna cut this in half because it's getting kind of unwieldy to use. So we'll set that aside for a second and finish this one off. Alrighty, that's 7. Okay, cool. I am happy with that. So, I'm just gonna dust these with flour a little bit. Okay, like I said, I want like kind of big chunky noodles for this, so probably about that size. It's probably about an inch, maybe an inch and a half. Alrighty, dust my pan. I'm just gonna set these aside for dinner, and when it's time to cook them, they will be ready. I dust mine heavily because mine always seem to stick. Those are some beautiful noodles. Those are gonna be good. Oops. That's alright. Torn will still eat. Muddy shirt but clean hands. Okay, go ahead.
Same here.
Muddy shirt but clean hands.
Let me do it.
Okay, go do it. You can do it. There you go. Alright. Okay. You got it.
I did.
Okay, you gotta keep it in there.
I can.
Okay.
Use the moose tools.
Big strong girl.
Moose
Oh,
tools.
you got it.
It's kind of hard for this.
It is a little hard. That's a lot of dough in there. Fall out. Okay, let me finish this up because that is getting kind of hard.
Can I do it?
Hold on, okay, we're gonna run it through again, so go ahead.
Crank away.
Yep, it shouldn't be as hard this time. All right, I've got enough for dinner. That was half the batch, and I've decided I'm going to do just lasagna noodles actually with the rest of it because I want to make lasagna sometime in the near future. And if I already have the noodles done, it's easier to make lasagna. So we're just gonna do flat. So I'm just gonna roll it through, get it to my thickness, and then cut, you know, however big, wide, long I need for a pan. And then I will probably dry them. I might stick them in the freezer, but probably dry them. And they'll be ready for lasagna in the future.
I put 2 lines.
You did.
Can I slice?
I got it sliced actually. Alright, so I'm just gonna leave them sheets like this. So they're good to go.
Hi, camera.
You're beautiful. Alrighty, here we go. A beautiful stack of lasagna noodles. I know I said I was probably gonna dry these, but I'm actually gonna pop them.
My mess.
Good, I'm glad you are. But I'm actually gonna pop these into the freezer because I realize I don't really have a place to dry these right now. So into the freezer on a cookie sheet they will go until they're frozen, and then I will put them in a plastic bag. And then they will be ready to make for lasagna later when I get around to making lasagna. Alrighty, now on to dinner. I've got my water boiling for my pasta. I've got the beef, and I've got the drippings from the beef, which are delicious. So I'm gonna pop these into a pan, get them all, you know, melted and liquidy again. Might add some more chicken broth, but I'll have pasta water, so I think that'll do it. And then I'm just gonna chop up what's not already shredded of this pot roast, and it'll go into the juice. And then we'll serve it on the noodles, and it will be delicious.
Alright, got beef and noodles for dinner. That looks amazing. You cooked up a storm today.
I know! It sounded good.
We were out there playing in the dirt all afternoon, and she's in here cooking up a storm.
Yeah.
All right, let's eat. This is really good.
You like it?
You don't make homemade noodles very often, but when you do,
They're so good. I make gnocchi a lot.
yeah, I think
But-
we do that on a fairly regular basis.
Yeah, because it's a good way to use up mashed potatoes. But I had those duck eggs, so I was like, all right. So thank you, Michaela.
Yeah. Thank you, Michaela. A lot of work still needs to be done on the addition. Stay tuned. Friday's video is going to be the update video for anybody watching. We're kind of like filling out this whole, still doing a vlog, but then doing like a big update video on the build. We'll see if it works.
Yeah.
We'll try it out.
Yeah.
So far, so good. We'll figure it out.
Yeah, that way you guys can see progress in one.
Otherwise, you would have just watched 2 days of digging holes.
Right.
It's a lot better to have it. Hey, here's digging holes and some concrete.
Right.
Yeah.
Hopefully. That's the plan
Hopefully.
anyways.
Hopefully tomorrow. That's what I'm working on, but we'll find out. So that's gonna do it for us for today. We will catch you guys on the next one.
Bye.